All right, guys, we're away and recording. I just want to say big welcome to Team Freestyle team training tonight. It's like, I don't know, the 25th or something of July 2016. I'm super pumped about tonight. I think most of you guys know that social media is such an important platform, such an important tool to be able to use and grow your business. I think we all understand it. Often a lot of us came into this business probably based on something that you saw on Facebook or Instagram or some of those things. But how do you really use it? How are some of these people growing incredible businesses through social media? Tonight, I've definitely got one of the rock stars of social media in Team Freestyle sharing her insights of what she's done to build a close to 50 club business. And really, I think it's only in the last, to give you guys an idea of Lauren Berry is actually the first person that I ever shared the business with. So she's the second person ever to become a part of Team Freestyle. And to give you guys an idea, I think it wasn't until, from what I understand, probably the last 8 months, that although Lauren was using social media and she understands social media, how to really take what we have in our business and how to really connect with people through social media and take it to that next level and really grow her business. To give you guys an idea of Lauren, Lauren is a 28, she's getting old, she's 28-year-old girl. Her idea of getting into this business was about to travel. She never goes home anymore. She really does own her life. She has so much freedom. And she, like I said, guys, has probably gone from being a SSC2 club, maybe this time last year or close to go to a NMD and what we now call EMD. So she's past 39 club, and she this month looks on track to be 50 club. No pressure, Lauren. So I'm excited about letting Lauren share how she has gone from 2 club to 50 club in less than 12 months. It's quite phenomenal. She's done an amazing job. And like I said, guys, please, if you've got some questions, maybe you've got some challenges, how do I do this, how do I do that, then guys, you could please put them up in the chat tonight. We'll do our best to share. We'll do our best to answer those questions, and that might give us some framework. She does have some notes here, and I know once we get her started talking, she's pretty unstoppable. So I'm going to get out of the way and not take up any more time and pass it over to Loza. So pull over here, Loza. She's looking after her house while we go away for a couple of days. So she's here tonight. And so here's Loza, and I'll leave it to her.
Awesome. Hey, guys. Are you getting out of my way?
Yes.
Sorry. Awesome. So Adam shared a little bit about me. Thank you. So I'm going to share a little bit about social media, super off the cuff. As I rocked up here tonight, Adam was like, you want to share? Sure. So I built 90%, if you guys don't know me or if you're not on my team. Most of the people, if they're on here from my team, 99% of them I didn't know. To give you an idea, 2 people in my front line that I introduced to Juice Plus, I knew before this business. The other, however many there are, I didn't know. So I built literally most of my business off that. And I just want to help you guys see that it's just a strategy. So I guess I work with, my girls and stuff. You have to find a strategy that works for you, and social media works for me. So when I started this business, I was working 3 jobs. I was super busy. I wasn't getting out and about and talking to a lot of people and things like that. So social media was a really easy way. It's free. And I was using it anyway. And I thought, if I could just use this to build a business, how cool would that be? So I want to talk a little bit about, I call it the strategy that works around social media and things like that. So, even if this isn't your main strategy, I think it's really important to still utilize it as, another way of being able to build your business. So like Adam, he loves to go and talk to people, and he loves to, network out and about when he's at coffee shops, and he'll talk to literally anyone. Good luck if you sit on a plane next to him for a long period of time. You're going to get lots of questions and lots of banter from him. But for me, he doesn't love to use social media, but he still uses it, right? He still uses it to paint the picture and show his lifestyle. And that's still a way to be able to use it. But I use it, I guess, to build a lot more in my business. Now, I could sit here and teach you how to build a business page and teach you how to do that. But until you master the basics, I think it's really important to understand, until you master the basics, then there's no point going to build a business page. I built a business solely off my my personal profile up until February of this year, when I decided to start my brand page. But to be honest, until you can master the basics, there's no point. You can build a super, super large business by just utilizing the basics. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So for me, social media is the icing on the cake. It's the shop window. So it's not, people say to me, oh yeah, but I'm doing my DMO, daily method of operation, daily rituals, whatever you want to call it. I'm posting on Facebook, like that's all I need to do, right? No, right? It's not about the stuff you genuinely post. You're not going to do a post and have, 50 people message you and call you up and say, I want to start your business. It's about creating curiosity, adding value to people's lives. And it's the shop window. So a really pretty shop window, right? Girls, you know what I'm talking about. You see the shoes, you see like the mannequin dressed in the nice clothes, and you're like, oh yeah, I might just go have a look, right? That's what social media is. It is the shop window. It's to kind of showcase your life and bring your life to life through social media, and to show your passions, to show what lights you up, to show your lifestyle, right? It's not about being the Juice Plus robot. It's about being able to create that curiosity. And I always have teams say, should I post this? Is this a good post? Honestly, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Does this add value to people's life? And is it creating curiosity? And is it authentically you? Okay, we get so caught up. For so long, I tried to be Adam at events. When we'd get up and present, I tried so hard. I used to watch his videos and I'd be like, I just can't be that, because it wasn't me. So bring you to life through that. That's what there's only one difference between me and Adam. There's only one difference between me and you guys. And that's what I bring to the table in terms of my personality, in terms of, I guess like me and who I am. So we're all like amazing, unique individuals. So you've got to be that, be authentic, share your authentic self, share, kind of your passions and what you love. So the first one I kind of want to cover is building your network and your following through social media. So I have so many people use up their warm market really quickly. Like imagine, I think I started and I had maybe 900 friends through Facebook, and now I have 4,000. So over 2 years, I've grown my network through it. So if you're continuously posting, and if you're being consistent, but you're not growing your network, then really you're just ending up in the same people's news feeds, and they've probably seen it and it might not be for them. It doesn't mean that down the track something might not change, but growing your network is really important. So that's the first thing I want to cover. So how do you do that through social media? So when you're out and about, definitely, meeting people. So the beautiful Rachel Manwaring, she joined the business. She was my travel agent. And then I've got a barista in there. There's people out and about that I've met that I've added them to my social media from having a conversation and, asking them quality questions about what they do, how long have they worked here, do they love it, and then they ask you, well, what do you do? Oh yeah, I have a little online business. Cool. What's that about? You're really busy. I'd love to get your Facebook, add me or I'll add you, and we'll keep in contact, and then they'll watch you. Right? I don't go spam those people. I don't go spew on them. I don't go message them, hound them. I go say hi, but then they might just watch your journey, and that's exactly what Rachel did, and she contacted me through that. So building your network. So when you're out and about, finding a way to connect with people and then draw them to, that social media platform. I just talk Facebook. You can build a great business off Twitter and Instagram and things like that. It's just not my niche. So I never wanted to try and do too many things. I just wanted to get really good at one. So networking when you're out and about, friends and mutual friends. So, I'll have a goal where I'll add 20 people a day. So I'm consistently adding, I don't think it's 20, I think it's 10. So every single day I aim to add 10 new people to my Facebook. Now, whether those people accept the friend request or not, it's completely up to them, and you have to detach from that outcome. But it's really important to not go just like add people willy-nilly and they'll think you're crazy. It's, you know, if you've got like lots of mutual friends, as long as they're not Juice Plus, right? We don't want to be the Juice Plus cheerleaders and have just a social media and Facebook feed of Juice Plus people, because that defeats the purpose. So adding friends of friends. I think when I go into groups, so you can go into different groups in social media, you know, going into mummy groups, going into travel groups, be smart about it. So go into groups that resonate with you. And mums, honestly, I always share this, mums just want to help other mums survive, like, and get through, right? So go and ask questions, go and interact with posts in there. So many mum groups, they're just asking questions, you know, my new baby's doing this, what would you do? And, you know, go and ask questions back. And then, like, I asked a travel question in one of my travel groups that I'm a part of, because I'm going to Africa. And it was kind of like, you know, what are your tips on Africa? And I got 110 messages from people, comments from people. And I just went and conversed with them. I went and reached out through Messenger. I took it to a private message also with some of them. And I was like, hey, thanks so much for the advice. You know, I'd love to chat more about Africa. You know, do you love travel? What do you do? And I got into conversation with them because I built a relationship. Okay. And then I add them as friends. And then that's how you can grow your friends list as well. And as I said, adding friends of mutual friends, as long as you've got 10 mutual friends with the person, honestly, so many people accept my friend request from that. And people say, well, what do you say if someone messages you and they're like, you know, who are you? Then you're just like, you know, you can talk to them back, but I think I've had one person do that to me. So make sure that you're growing your network. If you're going to utilize social media to the best of its ability, you need to be growing the more eyes on you. And then another way to grow your network also is to go and show up in people's news feeds, because it's really easy to come under the connotation that when you see your news feed, you just see Juice Plus people, because it's all you're conversing with. You're liking their photos, you're commenting, you're being what I call the Juice Plus cheerleader. Don't. Go and help out your team, you know, go and comment on things and help them out, but don't go and become the Juice Plus cheerleader, because all of a sudden those people are the people that will show up in your news feeds. Facebook is smart, it has an algorithm attached to it. So I go and I start on my friends list at 8, and I'll just go and either connect through Messenger or I'll go onto their news feed and I'll just see what they've been up to, and I'll comment on a picture or I'll post on their wall. Birthdays are a good one. Facebook makes it easy for you. It's like a list of birthdays today. And I just go and type in happy birthday and wish them a happy birthday on their wall. And then those people, you'll start to show up in their newsfeed and they'll start to show up in your newsfeed. And so it's a way to get more eyes on you and more direct contact with people through Facebook. Don't spam. Do not become the Juice Plus robot. I definitely don't should on people, but this is something you should definitely not do. It's a great way for people to just become desensitized to it all. It's a great way for people to unfollow you. So for me, yeah, it's just, I was just like, don't spam. And I probably did in the beginning, to be honest. But when you have to, first of all, in terms of your posting, own where you're at. So if you're like Adam when he first started, then he was a face looker. So if he went and posted 3 times a day, it would just become like people would have thought, oh my God, who's like taking Adam hostage? Whereas me, I already posted a lot a day, so I could get away with it. I could get away with starting out with a couple of posts a day. Now I probably post, and I'm not consistent in posting 9 to 12 times a day because I don't want to show up that way. But 4 times a week, I will post a lot, and the rest is just 3 to 4 times a day. But start to write a list. So many people are like, well, what do you post and what do you know what to post? I don't know. I just kind of, I found my feet as I went, and it's always fix and refine. So think about the times of the day that you are on social media, because that's usually when most people are. Okay, mornings when people are getting ready to go to work or sitting in traffic or, having that morning coffee. Unfortunately, most of the people in the world, the first thing they do is look at social media. I wish I wasn't one of them, but sometimes I am. And then lunch breaks, so lunch breaks, definitely people are scrolling through Facebook, they're looking at stuff, then, the day's not going so well, although this is their favourite part of the day. They get to go and have, like, some food and get away from their workplace. And then, after work, so when people finish work, that's usually a high active time. And then from John Hall, what he calls it, the 7-11 club. So from 7 until 11, people are really quite active on social media. 7 is sometimes if people have got small children, they're in bed, and people are usually staying up till 10, 11 at night watching mindless TV. And what do you do when you watch mindless TV? You scroll through Facebook. So pick those times to be really active throughout it. But the more you post, the more news feeds that you start to show up in, because the more active you are, the more likely people are going to engage in it. So, but first of all, own where you're at, and then write a list. So when I look at, what sort of things I post, morning rituals. So if your morning ritual is exercising or your Juice Plus, so your capsules and your shake, or, if your morning ritual is doing some meditation or something, morning rituals are a good one. Inspiration. People love a good inspirational video or post or message or something like that. I always have catchy pictures. I know that they did that experiment, like a couple of months ago about Facebook and pictures. I'm sorry, I'm not reading something if it doesn't have a picture. I need something eye-catching to get my attention. So always a cool picture. There's lots of cool apps that you can go jazz it up. You've probably seen everyone's using like pretty pictures and it's got writing on it. So you got, what is it called? Is it Typogram? Typogram, Word Swag. Go into your app store and honestly you can type in like word collage and about 1 million will come up. Play around with them. Most of them are free. Word Candy. I'm sure most of the girls on here have been using some, so they can post in the comments. Typorama, that one. Thank you. What did I call it? I have it. I don't know. I just use it. So yeah, posting pictures. So inspiration. Selfies are fun. Make it fun. I always say bring your life to life through it, but show your passion. So if your passion is surfing, if your passion is skating, if your passion is your kids, what are your hobbies? Show that, because that, as like little as you don't think it does, it impacts, because it shows people that you're real. It shows people your life. It shows people your lifestyle. Okay, so, and then you're going to do things like business posts. You're going to do things like before and afters. Now, you probably would have seen that Juice Plus has kind of put some framework around what we are and are not allowed to do on Facebook. I've had a phone call with Ben already. They will put a video together, they said. But honestly, as long as you are not fabricating a testimonial, as long as you're not stating that it's your story. So I always, when I put a before and after or a testimonial from our JBT or from, just like maybe one of your customers has shared a testimonial with you, I just put at the top real life story from real life people. So like I say, like testimonial. And then I put in brackets, not my story. Okay, so it's really clear. I put it at the top. It's really clear that this is like third-party endorsement from a happy customer that's got awesome results. And then when you're sharing business posts, just don't make stupid claims of income and shit like that. Sorry if there's kids on here. Of stuff like that, because that's not smart on our behalf. And really start to think about when you're doing business posts and when you're doing lifestyle posts, that you start to think about a niche and you start to think about a brand. So when I was a PT, my niche was actually young girls, just like I used to be, overweight or kind of lost in life and wanting a bit of direction. And I trained a lot of young girls. Okay, so in this business, who are you going to attract? Who do you want to have as your tribe? Mine is a lot of single mums, to be honest. Am I a single mum? No. Okay, so it doesn't need to be who you are, but you start to think about, and how would you talk to those people? So that's how you're going to come up in a post, is how you talk to those people. So you're sharing the benefits and not the features. So when you start to write this list of awesome things that you could be sharing, okay, you're going to start to think about the benefits and not the features. So what I mean by that is the feature is the franchise. The feature is the product. People don't care. They don't know that they need it. They don't know that they need fruits and veggies in a capsule or a Juice Plus franchise. What they do know they need is more energy, clearer skin, better health. Kids need better nutrition. They need more money. They hate their job. The list goes on and on and on. So you're going to share the benefits, right? So when you're doing the post, be authentic and share your own story through social media. So when I started, my health was in a really crap space, and I would share what I was excited for. I was really lost as a human being. So in the terms of the business and the lifestyle, I shared what I was excited for, and people have watched my journey in 2 years. And do you think that journey is really different from how I started to where I am now? Yes. Right. And that's the first thing people say to me when I ask them, what got your interest? And if they knew me genuinely before, which most people in my business didn't, they're like, your life has changed so much in 2 years. I want a part of that. Now, if I ever gave up on a bad day or if I wasn't consistent, would I be able to help those people now? No, because they wouldn't have watched the journey unfold. So use Facebook as a way to show the highlights. Now, so much, you can look at my life and think it's like roses and, rose-colored glasses, and it is most of the time. Do I still have bad days? Yes. Do I share them? Right? I do, but I do it in a way that puts a spin on it just to show I'm real. Do I have days where I cry? Yes. Do I have days where I'm emotional? Do I have days where things just aren't going to plan? Yes. And, share that stuff, but don't put a negative spin on it. Put a spin on it to what, guys? I can build this business around my life, thank God, because, today's not such a good day. I had one girl do that on social media, Jay, her kid's sick, and so did Lindsay, actually. Kids are sick, thank God that I don't have to call in sick to a boss, and I'm building, my business from home, and I can still work and take care of my, sick bubba. So it's just about taking those negatives and putting a spin on them to show people you're real, because you want to be relatable. And I think that's really important to be through social media, is be relatable, because people are going to relate and resonate with your story. They're going to resonate and relate to something that you're going through and that they might be going through too, that you could help them. So bring your passions to life. Sorry, I'm actually going to look at my notes. Bring your passions to life. And so show your kids, show what you love to do, right? People want to see you and how this business and how this product fit into your life and not the other way around. Okay, they don't want to know how you have to fit, your life around this business. They want to see how it just organically grows and how you can build it utilizing social media. Authenticity, okay, and like Facebook is just about inspiring people. Honestly, the amount of messages I get, hey, I was having a really bad day, and you post really, it made my day better, it made me smile. Like, job well done. At the end of the day, people want to follow that, right? They want to follow that. I delete neg ferrets off Facebook. Honestly, if I see a crap post, I'm like, see ya. I got to make room for awesome people on my Facebook. So people just want to be inspired. They don't want to see your dirty laundry on Facebook, which is exactly what I used to do, and things like that. So really be authentic, be vulnerable, okay, and be raw and be you. Don't try to be someone else. I think that's really important. I know so many times when I'd start new people in the business, time and time again, they would try to do a post that sounded like me, but that wasn't them. And so people can see right through that, and that's salesy to me. So just be authentic and share through that. And so start to write that list of just different themes, different topics, different sort of posts that you could do, and that makes it easy. And then just do an array of them a day. But don't go the cray person that, doesn't post ever and then post 5 times a day, because that's like your friends will be like, oh my God, she's gone mental. So gradually build it up. If you're utilizing Facebook anyway, then definitely you can go in there, but don't be that Juice Plus robot. Really, I guess, be do like a vast array of posts, because different things are going to resonate with different people. You know, so like if you're doing a product post, you know, versus a business post or a lifestyle post, they're all going to resonate with different people. Groups. So go into groups to build relationships. People are, oh yeah, like I'm a member of a few groups. I'm a member of about 500, right? Do I go in them all the time? No. Do I delete some every now and again? Yes. But go, and if you go to the search tab up the top of Facebook, you can actually type in like stay-at-home mums or single mums or whatever it is, and lots of groups will come up, and you can filter through them and see what's good, see what's not. Travel groups, cooking groups, healthy eating groups, clean eating groups, workout groups, running groups, whatever it is, whatever you like, be part of those. But don't go in there and spam Juice Plus. I actually never do product posts within groups because I just see it, and for me, I just cringe every time I see it. I do business posts, but I might do like, I used to do a lot. It's actually how I built my business in the very beginning, to be honest. The likes of Jana and Jay and KP and who else? Jane, and like lots of people came through those groups. But I went in there to build relationships first and foremost. So like I said before, go and post questions, start to talk to people, answer questions on different posts, really get out there and be part of that community. Because I find loads of mum groups, like mums are just bored shitless at home sometimes, and they just want someone to connect with that doesn't dribble and like talk baby talk, right? They just want to talk to like adults. So go in there and go and meet new friends and build your network through there, and go in with no expectation and no like, you know, intention of spewing Juice Plus. Go in there with an intention, I'm going to meet 2 great people today in this group and make friends with them. I know Celine Egan, when she used to do, what were they called? Like the networking events, yeah? Is that what they? Yeah. So Celine used to go to networking events, and I hope there's no kids on there, but I did see one, so I won't use it. But she called them card effers. So like people just throw cards at your face. And she was just like, oh God, I'm never going to be that person. I would rather make 2 genuine, like deep connections with people, and, you know, really build rapport with them than, you know, go and give my card to 100. So definitely go in there with that intention of meeting and creating 2, you know, relationships that you can build on. And in different groups. Imagine if you did that with lots of different groups. So groups are a really great way to meet people. And I don't mean like that, but yeah, they're a really great way to meet people, to really help build your business. And, you know, there's loads of people in there looking for an opportunity and looking for that. So when you're doing business posts in there, be authentic and be you. I always do a post with a photo of me in it, or a photo of, you know, me with my niece, or even me with Adam's kids. I've definitely used a photo like that before, or just a photo so people can see that you are real. And then I share my genuine story, and I'm looking for a couple of girls. You know, I'm looking for 2 women to help and coach this month. You know, this is my story. This is why I love this amazing business. It's so much better than just that generic BS business post that I see from so many companies that, you know, is either standardized and they just send it out, or people just copy and paste. Really bring your heart and soul to that post. And that's the first thing when someone actually, so this is where it ties it in together. When someone reaches out to me and was like, hey, can I have more info? And I send them that message back of, hey, you know, thank you so much for connecting. I'd love to be able to help you. What was it that got your interest? So many of them say, number 1, I actually never respond to these, but your post was different. Number 2, they always say that it was inspiring. And number 3, they always say that they click onto my actual Facebook, and they loved what they saw. So that teaches me that sharing my story is real and authentic. Number 2, you know, people want inspiration. They're sick of information. They see too much of it. So give them inspiration. And number 3, consistency on my own Facebook wall is key and like imperative to this business. Then you got Facebook Live. Okay, Facebook Live is new. I think it's really smart on Facebook's behalf. You don't have to upload a video. It, posts straight to your wall, and it allows interaction. Now, I know it can sound scary, and I know it can be way outside many people's comfort zones. And to be honest, it was way outside of mine. But I was at a retreat, and, we were challenged to go and share a 15-minute story of our business on Facebook Live. And I was like, I can easily talk for 15 minutes, but like, do I get a whiteboard or something? Like, how do I do this? And I just overthought it. But from actually that, I started to do them more often. Now I probably do 2 to 3 Facebook Lives a week. But in the beginning, do one every now and again. But I share different themes around them. So I might share my story. I might share about gratitude. I might share about my green smoothie and how to make an amazing green smoothie. I might share, working out with kids and when my niece is around and how to make it fun and whatever. And I'm just thinking about different themes, just like I would post. But what Facebook Live does is it allows people to interact live with you, so they can post comments. You can't hear them or anything, but you can post comments and stuff like that, and they can interact with you. But it brings you to life. So it's like you come from behind this keyboard and you come from behind this computer, and you're a real life person with a real life story, and people love it. Okay, I signed up probably 4 people from sharing my story twice on social media of, really like I would do a business post, but I shared a 15-minute real life story of, my journey through the business and what it's given me. And then so many people jumped on, and it's really cool because Facebook will just give them this little notification, Lauren Berry is live now, and you can choose to click on it. And guess what? If you've chosen to click on it, then you're listening and you might be intrigued, and it's cool because you can see people come up, and it's just cool to interact and bring that to life. So I challenge you all, and I'm going to see lots of Facebook Lives, but I challenge you all tomorrow, go outside your comfort zone and do a Facebook Live. Whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 2 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, I don't care. But go pick a theme. Sorry, I look like a ninja right now. Go pick a theme and talk about it. I really get people don't, this sounds rude, but don't blabber on and like I could for days. Pick a concise theme and just share your view on that, or share your story or whatever it is. It might be, your story as a mum. It might be something else, but go and share that. And so many people, once they consistently see you do it, more and more people will start to jump on and listen. And it's really cool to have that interaction. So I challenge you guys all to go and do that. And then the last one, is utilizing Messenger through Facebook. So we all have those high-paying activities that we're doing, right? The talking to people, building relationships, messaging people, inviting to events. I do most of that through Messenger, to be honest. I have a goal, and this, I definitely didn't do this in the beginning, but every single day I reach out to 10 new people. So that's 10 new conversations I have every day. If you can, and I do not work Fridays in my business, so times that by 6, and that's 60 people every single week that I'm starting new conversations with. It might be just a hi. It might be, how are the kids? How's things going? I saw you pop up on Facebook. How's life? Might be people I know. It might be people I don't know. I always say go to the top of your friends list, start at A. And if you're growing your network, right, I can't get through 4,000 people. Well, not right now anyway. So, every single day I'm definitely reaching out to 10 new people. Now for you, whatever you can do on a consistent basis. So it might be 1, it might be 2, it might be 3. Imagine over a month, 30, 60, 90 new conversations that you're having, not with an intention to spew juice plus, but with an intention to go build a relationship. See where their pain is, and maybe you have something to offer them. Or if they're people that you are genuinely thinking of, then it's really cool that we have a direct approach too. It's not selly, it's not pushy, but we have a direct approach, and that's where we go to the scripts. And, you know, if you want to use that direct approach to invite them to take a closer look at what you're doing. But using Messenger is really simple. It's really easy. Okay. And then you can follow people up through that. But what I'm getting at is social media is a way to create curiosity and add value, to get people intrigued in what you're doing, to get them to see an event, to take it offline. So people look at me and they're like, oh, you've built this, like, you mustn't talk to people. Of course I do. Okay. But it's a tool, it's a strategy to be able to get more people in my funnel, or in my I don't know what the word I'm trying to use is, to get more eyes on me, to get intrigue, to then, you know, have conversations with them. You know, I don't do a post and I get, you know, 5 inboxes and people join my team. It's a tool, but I'm still out there building relationships with them. It's just a really easy way for me to get in front of more people more often, because our business is about adding value, more value to more people more often. And Facebook's just a really easy tool to do that. Okay.
You're out. Took a breath. Amazing. I just thought we might try to, if there's any questions in here. Awesome, Shan. 10 people to Facebook. Yeah, I would say, guys, like, honestly, it's easy to sit on this training and just listen. Like, why not get into action tonight? You know, how many could you add? 5-10 people to your Facebook tonight, and just start tonight. Don't wait for tomorrow morning. I think it's really important that, you know, this business is definitely about action. I think, you know, Lauren is definitely just such a great example of just taking action and getting into it. And why not tonight? Is it okay to join groups you actually like, but other JP people and friends are members of?
Yeah, of course. I just have rules around that I share with my team. That if you see a Juice Plus post that, and it is, you know, blatantly Juice Plus, I would just say maybe don't post in there for a day. But this is, and I definitely want to bring this up, actually, because I've had lots of not issues with it, but I've had lots of people, you know, kind of stamp their feet. If people are part of groups in your area, but they don't live in it, guess what? That's okay. Okay. Because guess what? Most of my team is in Melbourne and I live on the Gold Coast. So, we have a global business, and when we live in that scarcity mentality, like, think abundantly. Every single person has the same opportunity, and different people are going to resonate with different people. So I always say, if you see a blatant Juice Plus post, definitely give respect and don't do one for at least 24 to 48 hours. But if people are part of it, at the end of the day, there's so many Juice Plus, you know, reps that I'm part of groups in the UK. I'm part of groups in the US. I'm part of groups in Canada, in Singapore. So really get out there. You have a global business. Don't think, oh, I just have to be part of groups in my community.
I think someone said, what's your advice if you have kids and don't want to add randoms to your Facebook page for privacy of them? You can filter what you
So you
share,
can have
right?
privacy settings. So I would just make a folder for your kids' pictures, and you put a privacy setting on that of just just you,
yep.
And then, or just family members. So you can actually set a privacy setting to that. And then when you post a picture of your children, you just hit it under that, like, who gets to see it. Definitely, you know, I get it. I guess I don't have children, but I was a nanny, so I do understand it. But you're missing out on a massive strategy and a massive tool. And it's hard to go and build another page from the ground up for the sake of just starting out. So I'd utilize the settings.
Yeah, and I think with a private page, what I understand, guys, is that does take time. You know, when you're building a page, it probably takes 3 to 6 months for people to get to know, like, and trust you and create a following, and they keep looking at your posts because they do. Like, guys, in today's world, it is about know, like, and trust. And the thing is that your own private page, people know, like, and trust you there already. So if you're sharing your experience and doing that, people are going to interact. If you go and create a branded page, then, you know, the reality is it's probably going to take 2, 3, 6 months up to for people to know, like, and trust you enough to want to interact and want to be a part of what you're doing and sharing rather than, so that, you know, that's what it's all about. So, about myself to 4 different groups. Awesome. Yeah, I think honestly, what guys, you know, I know, so to people, I know one of my frontlines have just said, you know, she said, oh, I'm doing a bit on Facebook. And I said, well, you know, it's not just about posting. It's about, you know, adding back to, are you commenting and liking other people's posts? And then the other thing was, how many groups do you add yourself? Like, one of your DMOs is that maybe are you adding yourself to 1, 2, 3 new groups every day? And then are you going in and making sure that you're adding value rather than, you know, being Robin Hood and stealing in the night? You know, you don't have to go in there and rape and pillage everyone in the groups. It's about add value, just like Lauren said, and she's been great at that. And again, I think if you're looking for excuses to talk to people, then people are interacting, or you're saying, hey, thanks for interacting or whatever, and it's building that relationship, just like when you're at a coffee shop, hey, how are you? And thanks for liking my post. And it's looking for excuses. It definitely works for those that are using this really well.
When you add them and they accept, what do you do with that added friendship? Do you message them straight away? No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Because that's creepy, right? I would think you're a creeper if you did that to me. And I have that done to me all the time. So there are a couple of people well known in 2 other companies, and they do that to me. And I understand why. They see me building a good business, and they're like, oh, we'll just be nice to her until, you know, something goes wrong with Juice Plus, and we'll get her. But that's creepy, and I don't like it, to be honest. So I never do that. They'll watch you. Yeah. So just, you know, you'll have this little box where your friend requests are, and it'll have new friendships added. You know, they're just there to watch you. That's all you want, more eyes on you. I actually had one girl that I added the other day. I can't remember. She's got a couple of mutual friends. I added her from somewhere. And all I did was a post about the product. And she was like, oh, what is this? And then I did a post about the business. And she's like, oh, my God, I'm a real estate agent. I friggin' hate it. I have 2 kids. I just became a single mom. You know, I might be interested. So she watched for like 5 days, and then she kind of got a grasp of what I was about, and they'll watch you over time. So definitely don't go message them.
Yeah. And look, yeah, to be honest, guys, and I know Rach said, you know, she does do that, and I think it really works for you, Rach, because people get that, you know, that's just a beautiful message from you. From my experience, guys, I know that probably maybe 18 months ago, I was religious about adding 5 to 10 new people every day. And I honestly, I started messaging everyone, hey, thanks for, like, you know, thanks. And we've got mutual friends. And honestly, it was like epic fail. It was epic fail. Like, everyone was just like, they could see what you're doing. Like that. And again, it just proved the point that people have got to get to know, like, and trust you first. They're like, oh, we know your intention. You know, you're just friending me so you can try to get something from me. And to be honest, that's why I was friending them, trying to find excuses to expose them to my business. So it's not about that. Take the time. People will come back to you. You know, like a few of those things, build rapport, away you go. I've lost the people, you know, lost the tool.
Did you overuse that tool, House? Facebook doesn't show me people with mutual friends anymore. So you don't have to fix it. Honestly, you just go on. All I do, I don't even use that tool. I go on my friends and I just click on a friend, and then I'll click on someone that has lots of mutual friends, and I'll add them, and then I'll go that avenue. Lots
of different ways. Creeper.
Is it okay to post when I have not signed the dotted lines? Can I talk about what I'm going to do? Can talk about what you're excited for. Is it Mariana? You can talk, like, I did my first post, and I get lots of my team to do their first post before they sign that dotted line. Just sharing what they're excited for. You know, don't be the Juice Plus robot. Don't be like, you know, I'm starting a franchise. Share that benefit, not the feature. And I would say do a product post, because in the beginning, you're definitely trying to build a customer base or a couple of customers in your first, you know, week or so. and to be able to do that. So you definitely can post before you sign your dotted line.
Yeah. And I think, Lise, just, how do you start a conversation with a mutual friend? You don't. You're like, honestly, look for an excuse. Like maybe they like something, maybe they comment on something. Then it might feel that excuse to say, hey, you know what, thanks so much for, thanks so much for liking my post the other day. I really appreciate the support. It means so much to me. And, that's it. And then they might be saying, yeah, no worries. Then you interact back and that's it. And you just start it like you're in a coffee shop, guys. And if it doesn't go anywhere, don't force it. Don't get impatient and like, but I want to tell them no. If you're starting 2 to 5 new conversations every day, you got so many going on that you're not anxious about everyone, like you're sweating over them. You got so many going on.
Can I just touch on I forgot to. So likes and likes and comments, they're the perfect tool to go and start a conversation. So, everyone that likes a post, I'll be like, hey babe, thanks. So like, how are you? Been ages. I just saw you pop up and like my post, thanks so much for the support. It's been an epic journey. How are you? Ask them, always end with a question. Because that keeps the conversation going and they might open up and be like, yeah, it is interesting. What are you up to? But likes and comments on your post are the perfect opportunity to go start a conversation that's not out of the blue, right? That's actually just using that as a tool to do that. I actually have gone past the grid now. I was having too many conversations. Like I could fill up a grid in 2 days. So I actually have an active list and follow-up list, which is exactly the same, but I'm a list girl, always have been, always will be. It's just easy for me. So an active list is people that have shown an active interest in my business or product. They have watched an event. They are going to have a follow-up chat. They're the active people that I actually go and update. And then I have the follow-up list, and that might be just conversations that I'm having. And, that might be that they've watched the link, but they didn't get back to me or something. So they're in the follow-up, but the active people are in the active, I hate the word funnel, but they're in the active funnel of the process of looking at something.
Yeah. And I just want you guys to get the concept of that. Lauren said that she's filling up her 30 grids. So 30 different people she's filling up in literally days. Like you guys would say, oh my God, I want to be like Lauren and I want to have a 50 club business, then a 100 club business. Well, if you want to utilize this type of strategy, then that's what you got to be prepared to do if you really want to nail it and own it and take it next level. The thing is, guys, what I know is that often people they really think, oh, she's just talking to 2 people a day. No, she's going to work on this thing and she's religious about it each and every day. And it just builds massive momentum. And, her business is just a great example of what happens when you get into action. I think we covered that. It says to keep up with your groups.
You have to keep up with them. There's this thing on your phone and you go to groups.
Yeah.
And then I just scroll and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on this one today. Or so I really want to get you guys go and have a schedule. So I don't just go like I used to, but I don't just go like, oh yeah, let's do this now, right? I spend an hour adding people or half an hour or whatever time you can give it, 10 minutes. I then spend 10 or 20 minutes going into groups and asking questions or going into groups and commenting. So give it focused energy, right? Focused energy. So you don't need to go and take care of groups and tracker groups because you're going to get notifications when someone, comments on your post or something. So just go into groups and go and build those relationships and make it part of your demo.
Yeah, honestly, guys, with people, I don't know anyone that's going, why have you friended me? It's a pretty common thing that people friend each other. And if they don't want to accept you, they won't accept you. I don't think that. And just say, if anything, if they did, just notice we had mutual friends and just, I love, getting to know more people through Facebook. I love it and just building my relationships through it. It's pretty easy.
No, I don't. I have a landline pretty much. It's always attached to the charger.
Yeah. And when we travel, it's the funniest because we're fighting over the charger all the time. It's so good. We remember Vegas?
Yeah.
It was so good. She hated me. And we had like this freaking dinosaur charger, and Lauren had to carry it. Lucky Lauren literally carries a bag big enough to carry a kitchen sink in that we could carry it, but she hated me by the end of that trip. So chargers, I would say get a backup battery.
2
or 3. You can buy the US ones. They got about 4 chargers in one. They're like freaking hen's teeth in this place. They're like bigger than 100 Club, I reckon they're worth. With that, I don't interact with others. I've added 10 people. I find out doing and getting up to charge my phone. Love it. I think being someone's friend. Awesome. Yeah, I think you guys, there's some great insights.
I want to see Facebook Lives.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Well, the Perth guys are on the, like, give the guys a tip. Like, if they're going to start doing Facebook Live, what are some framework that they could start to do that's there? Like, because it's scary as shit. Let's face it. Like, what for a lot of people?
To yourself.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but a lot of people, like, what's some framework that they could be using?
I really think the first Facebook Live you should do was what I was asked to do, and that's share your story. So I was asked to do an event, and I was like, so where's my whiteboard and my pen? But it's just share your story. So go and write a few notes, and it's not going to be perfect. And I say a lot, and I flip my hair a lot, and I do weird things. But honestly, it's so cool for people to see your journey come to life. So when you start a Facebook Live, you can only do it from your phone, by the way. You go to your Facebook app, and you go into, if you were to write, sorry, my phone is really smashed right now. I have to go get it fixed. So you go to the second one down the bottom, and it's the second one, and it's the person with the things around their head, and that's the live video. Oh, it says live video now. Oh, never did before. And then you go describe your video. So you go type something in. You know, it might be just like my journey in my home business, or make it fun. I don't know. And then you hit go live. It's going to go 3, 2, 1, and then you're talking. But don't go straight into it, because you want to give people a chance to jump on. So I always actually pre-frame it. So 2 hours before, an hour before, I'll do a fun little selfie. I'll be like going live in, an hour or half an hour, whatever, sharing my story on, my why and why I said yes. And then you're going to go live whenever you said you were, and you can go and do that. Now, wait a minute, ask questions, because you want people to interact with you. So you want people to comment. You want people to hit the like button and the love button, and all these like love hearts are going to jump all over your face. It's quite funny. But you want people to interact with you. But go and be real, be raw, cry. I've cried on one before. But go and share your story. I think the first Facebook Live you do is really powerful, to go and share why. Because people sitting on your Facebook, like your friends and stuff, that might have this connotation of it's a pyramid thing, or it's when they understand why you do what you do, things start to change. Some of my best friends now come on and support me on my live videos. And they're like, when did you get so good at public speaking? Or when did you, like, holy crap, look at you. Your life's changed and you're such a different person, and it's awesome. And people start to interact. So in the beginning, go and just, let everyone jump on, just have like brief chat. I'm just going live. This is my first one. Be real. Like, I'm nervous. Oh my God, this is a bit scary. And then you can go from there, but go and share your story. Have a few points that you want to cover, and go from there. But it doesn't need to be polished, and it doesn't need to be perfect, because guess what? That's not duplicatable. So polished and perfect isn't duplicatable, but go and be real and be raw and be you, and share your authentic story from the heart. I think that's really, and share your why. And then when you go and do other Facebook Lives, like I said, just have themes around them. So it might be gratitude. It might be a book you're reading. It might be something awesome you've done. It might be how to make, I did a green smoothie one, how to make like a beginner's green smoothie, because people look at my smoothies and like, oh, it looks gross. How to make a green smoothie. And I had so many people like, hey, can you share that again? What's a recipe? That was awesome. Things like that. But that first one, I really want to see loads of you guys, and I challenge you tomorrow morning or night or afternoon or whenever you have time, go and do that live. Make it 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. I wouldn't go past. Actually, live videos, to be honest, the longer you do them, the more interaction you'll have and the better they are. But I would never go over 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Jesus. My battery will run out. It's awesome. But honestly, guys, just absolute gold what Lauren shared with you guys tonight. And she really has opened up, the real secret to what has grown an amazing business. And again, guys, knowledge is not power. It's potential power. It's what you do with this is what will make the difference. And I promise you guys, you've heard from some amazing leaders tonight. You've heard from Tanika and how she shared on our Start Strong about that it is about action. It is about following the 5 high-paying activities. And then really how to, we talk about one of the high-paying activities is using social media and sharing. And like, honestly, to learn what you've learned tonight is amazing, but it's about putting it in action and just play full out, guys. We've got a 90-day game plan coming up at the end of September. Hopefully you guys have bought your tickets by now. I think all the VIP tickets are gone. They sold overnight, but there's loads of there's tickets still for sale. I'd really encourage you guys. We were doing the schedule for it the other day. You've got 2 of the _1 earners in the world coming out, Emma Sneddon and John Holowati. John is a freaking rock star. Like, seriously, I think he's making about $1 million a year doing Juice Plus £1 million, which is $2 million a year doing Juice Plus. And he's coming out to share. He's a 35-year-old guy, just an ordinary guy that's created an extraordinary life. So don't miss that, while he's here. And the other thing is, if you love Simon Mitchell, then Simon Mitchell's got his Success Summit or whatever he calls it the next day on the Sunday. So come make a weekend. The other thing, guys, if you're a sales coordinator, 3 Club, buy 90-day game plan, you'll have the opportunity to come to the leadership day, which is the day before on the Friday. So the Friday, there's a leadership day from 12 till 5 p.m. It's with Emma Sneddon. There's a little rumor that Simon Mitchell and John Holowati will turn up at some stage throughout the afternoon or evening, and it's a great chance for leaders to get together. We're going to be teaching you guys leadership, how to take your business to the next level from that, and there's actually a breakthrough experience on that day also, so that's going to be amazing. So that is 12 to 5 p.m. on the Friday. You must be a sales coordinator 3 Club. So how would you get yourself set up for that? Well, how you get yourself set up is that by the end of next month, that you've helped at least 3 people get to SDVF in your business by the end of next month, and that they get to SDVF nice and strong, so they qualify early in the month of September to prove that you are a sales coordinator 3 Club, and then you get to come to the leaders getaway, like the leaders day, which is on the Friday, the day before the 90-day game plan, which will be on the Gold Coast also. So that will be amazing. Awesome, guys. Have a great week. If you're on the Sunshine Coast, I should tell you guys, Team Freestyle, I'm just going to turn this off.